It is Mary, and we invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below because today we are reviewing the family Chantel. Yes, so let's just say this.
is in town.
Yes.
Nicole went back to him.
Well, they had a conversation. They sat down for a conversation.
And he really went in about her mom, calling her mom jealous of her. How the mom is jealous because they have a relationship and she has not been able to sustain the relationship.
And she has found her happiness.
Yes.
Nicole is happy. I couldn't tell that she was happy.
And how next time when he talks to the mom, she has to take a tape and put over her mom's mouth so he can talk. Yes, all of the stuff he said. And Nicole said, you were not even patient. My mom doesn't care about you being divorced. She just she just doesn't like your attitude. And she said you didn't even have the patience to sit down yesterday. You didn't even wait. You just walked away. And I'm happy that she peeped that. But anyway, Alejandro was like, you're going to break up with me now, break up with me. And which I think was just a tactic. And so Nicole was just like,
she said we need space and we need time.
So she left.
No, but then he said, but when she said we need space, we need time, and he was like, no, I'm not giving you no more time.
Yes,
it's over now.
Yes.
You need to let me know now, or whatever. And she said, well, it is what it is. And he said, you made the biggest mistake in your life.
Yeah.
As he waited and watched for her to come back.
He was so sure she was going to turn back, but thank goodness she did not. Thank goodness she has a little bit more sense. And she did not.
I think she's so far removed from that relationship. Like, they broke up for a while. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I feel like once you break up with somebody, you kind of get that distance. You kind of break the ties.
Sense in your head.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened. And, the whole thing with her getting pregnant, she almost saw her repeating her mother's same steps. Yeah. And I think that freaked her out.
Probably.
Yeah. So she was not tripping.
I hope so. Because the way she looks like she's softening up, I hope so. I hope she's not going to try and make another baby. But she did tell her mom that, Mom, you have to let me make my mistakes. I love you as my mom. But if I'm going to make my mistakes, let me make my mistakes. And her mom did say, well, she's an adult, so she's not going to be intervening anymore.
Well, I still feel like the way she was talking is like she's going to be giving Alejandro another chance.
That's what it sounded like.
And I was like, oh, God.
And I feel as though she also, just like him wanting to impregnate her, I feel as though after she lost his child, she wants to make sure she actually has a child with him. That's how I feel. But
I just think it's foolishness.
It will not serve her, but, what can we say? It is what it is. In the meantime, Pedro and Chantel,
they came home.
Did not talk on the plane, did not talk on the car ride.
Did not talk when they got home.
He moved his things out of their room into a separate room.
Yeah.
Apparently, she cries at the door.
She cried at the door, begging him. I'm like, what is this?
Hold him and please, whatever. She also stays up when he comes home from work to talk to him. So he went, though, which we thought that he will. He went to an attorney to go find out what he can do. And, he's thinking about a divorce. And he went to an attorney who also deals with immigrants. So he wanted to know from her, first of all, her retainer fee for a non-contested divorce is $5,000.
Guess how much
has gone up.
Guess how much a contested one is?
$10,000. And he's like, oh my God, I'd rather stay in hell
than for that type of money.
So, anywho, she did tell him, which anyone out there who's trying to get somebody from overseas, just be very careful. You have to sign a financial affidavit for 10 years. So, regardless whether he's working or not, or making all these, $500,000 that he's about to start making, or commission for his realtor thing, she's still responsible for him financially.
Which I thought was insane.
And then he says, oh, well, I don't want to take everything from her. Of course not, because you're making more money. I don't want to take everything from her. 50-50 will be fine for me. So,
but 50-50 sounds like you want the house, that big house that y'all have. Or at least sell it till you get half the money.
Yes. So anyhow, Chantel went to talk to one of her friends and that friend is not a good friend. Tell her
she is delusional. You're gonna drive him away. He is already leaving. Like he has his head and his mind and his soul and his body is already out the door.
To tell Chantel, you've done everything that you're supposed to do. This man is probably trying to get space for a divorce because that's what he's trying to do. get his space so he can figure out what he needs to do for the divorce. But once he found out, and once the attorney also told him, he said, well, how about my green card? You know, because her parents always used to say it was a scam. And she said, oh, no, now that you're 5 years, you have been there enough time that they really think it's a scam. And you can go ahead and file for your own citizenship without her. So you don't need her for that, boo-boo. You've stayed for 5 years. So he is like, and it goes back to what the mom was saying. There are these people from the islands who are coming.
Because he did it right at the 5-year mark. Like right at the 5-year mark.
You know, they're staying for the 5 years. And then after that, they is gone out of the picture.
Yeah.
You know, they got married in 2016. I think this was going on, 2021? Mm-hmm. The viewing for this. But they got married in 2016. So, I mean, it's a shame. Listen, this is what I think. This is what I think the U.S. immigration decided, right? They figured, okay, anyone who is marrying an American to come to America, whether the American might think is for love, we know, as immigration officers, we know that everyone is coming here to get a green card, okay? Because America is the shits, and they're coming here to get their green card and do them, all right? So that's what they know. And so, regardless whether you, American, you think, you know, it's for love, whatever, everyone is coming for a green card, all right? So, what the immigration has decided, this is what I think. They have decided, look, people get divorced anyway. American on American, when they get married, two Americans get married, what is the average length of time that they stay together? And they came up with a figure of 5 years. That even if you're a foreigner and you stay married with this American for 5 years, you have done your time. It's like doing time in jail. You have done enough time with that American, all right, to warrant a green card. You have put in your time. And so once they stay for 5 years, they're not going to try to get them on any scamming or anything like that. So you Americans who are out there marrying people from overseas, you better understand, even though, and I don't think it's fair, because even though they are giving that person, the foreigner, 5 years, they don't give the American 5 years. Because then let us do financial affidavit for 5 years. But if I'm going to do financial affidavit for 10 years, then let that person not be able to leave me until 10 years. 10 years is a good enough time. You serve your time.
That's a waste of time.
But 5 years,
that's
please,
a waste of time.
Like, and people will do that. Let me tell you, some of these people who are coming, they are very, very patient. They have put in their mind 5 years. They have put that in their mind. At the 3-4 year mark, I'll start acting the fool. Do this push and pull thing. Do the mind F stuff. That can go on for a year until I reach the 5 year mark. And then I think also he's trying to set her up. So here she is thinking, oh baby, be with me tonight. And touching, because he said she's touching him, not giving him her space. The next thing you know, that man gonna file for domestic violence because you came and you touched him like this. Honey, could you please sleep with me? He gonna take that as domestic violence. He gonna say you touch him when he didn't want to be touched.
And I think that because you remember you guys when they filed for divorce, they said it was domestic violence.
If you're not careful, he may accuse you of rape. So or sexual assault, trying to hold him for sex when he don't want to give you sex. Girl, you better gather yourself, take yourself to a divorce attorney. But it seems as though in the preview, he said she took $265,000.
Hold on, wait, we haven't even finished discussing this stuff yet.
Well, let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead, girl.
Wait. I think it's foolishness because even the mother said in when she was talking to Pedro or whatever the case may be, she was talking about how, oh, this woman, she's crossing the line, she's putting hands on you or whatever, stuff like that. You know, you need to be careful because she could actually go and beat herself up and call the police and deport you. Now, I feel like maybe that's what Pedro has done. He might have taken that what his mama said and said he gonna do it himself because somebody filed for domestic violence. I don't know who it was. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking maybe Pedro got so upset that he decided to start beating her, or he wanted to say that, oh, it's her fault, so that it's not like oh, I filed for divorce because I'm a scammer, but I filed for divorce because of domestic violence. So
he's gonna say I had already reported her about the domestic violence before.
You see what I'm saying, though? But also, my thing is, I want to go to Chantel for a second because she was there crying, talking to her friend who was not giving her good advice, talking about she is begging him at the door. How far have we fucking fallen?
But she's married. The woman wants to stay married.
I don't give a damn.
She does not know about divorce. She doesn't understand what to do. That's why Chantel, you should have told your parents
who have been in a good marriage. But I'm sorry, I do not care.
Yourself.
Listen, I do not care if the person who I want to be with has decided he does not want to be with me. I'm not gonna go begging on my hands and knees at his door. I don't give a damn if we've been married for 20 years. I'm not doing that.
She doesn't understand. Like, what is it? He can't give her
when things are not
of what her problem is. It's shocking to her. Let me tell you something. When you have been with a man, and all of a sudden he is displeased with you. He can't tell you exactly what it is. You start feeling desperate. You don't know what to do.
That's when you don't feel desperate, honey. That's when you listen to your instincts. Because if it's not adding up, if 2 plus 2 ain't equaling 4 and it's equally 40, then you got to know something not right. And you have to trust your instinct because she told her friend, I think that he is doing the separation thing for a divorce because he literally said, let's do separation. A day later, he says divorce. The other day we saw in the preview, the next day he went and he packed all his shit up and put it in a truck. He is moving like this. And he has found an apartment. It takes a while to find an apartment. To 1, to source it. 2, to sign a lease. 3, to get the whole thing going with the landlord or whatever the case may be. It takes time. So he has been doing this stuff. Mm-hmm. And you need to, and I think she's starting to realize he has woken up the lioness.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I think
she took that money, cleared that
account. Because in the preview it says that she cleared out my account.
Look,
she took $265,000.
I'm supposed to be taking care of you. Let's take the money from the account. I'm the one who's supposed to take care of you.
And it seemed like the house is empty. Like she about to sell that crap.
She should sell the house.
Sell it so when the assets come, they can't count that as an asset.
But I think that his name also is on the lease.
Well, I mean, she's the one who made more money than he did. I don't know how she gonna work that.
Now I think he's making more money. Remember, he said if he gets that commission,
but maybe she was making more money when they got the house, though.
I know.
Remember, because he was the one who was
a very good saver.
Yeah,
Chantel was a very good saver. She had her financial house in order. He's the one who talked her into getting this big 5-bedroom house
that she did not want.
What? That she did not want.
He probably said for the kids. The kids that were never going to come.
The kids that he knew he will never have.
Yeah. But I just thought the whole thing was foolishness.
And he damn sure made sure she was not going to get pregnant.
Yeah.
He probably taking birth control. As you said, there are male birth controls now.
Yes, there sure is.
He made sure, because they're both young people, he made sure. I'm not having no baby because he already had this thing planned. You've been married for 5 years, no kids. No kids.
And you move with the divorce like that.
Years,
I bet he already has that money. And then this fool was sitting here like trying to fake cry or whatever, like inside, man, inside. And Jesus, I can't. I was like he was just so fake, and I felt so bad for Chantel because she started bawling her eyes out. She was like, he told me he wouldn't leave me.
Even though she was about to go into shock.
Like she actually looked like she was shocked. Like it was all connecting. All the dots were connecting. Yep. And she was like, wow, he actually scammed me. Because as she was saying it, she like, everybody told me not to be with this scammer or whatever the case may be. But I decided to be with him. And he said he would never leave me. Yep. And now he's leaving you in a
5
week.
Years.
A week.
Yeah, as soon as he reached that 5 years, he was gone.
I think he's you know what? I could be stretching, but I think this mother had it planned for a year. He has been planning all this stuff out for a year.
That. No,
for a whole year. Because it takes a while. You don't just jump up one day and say, oh, you don't take time for divorce.
You start the foolishness. You start the rubbish.
No, but I think he has been seeing divorce attorneys. I think he's been trying to get all his ducks in a row. Mm-hmm. And I think he's been looking for apartments. And I would not be shocked if he has a woman on the side.
Probably. When he finally went for the video camera to record it.
Quote unquote. I bet he met with
he had already gone and met with someone before.
Probably not even that lady. It probably was somebody else. Mm-hmm. Probably was somebody else.
He doesn't need to ask that attorney anything.
And
he knows everything.
Because there was $265,000. You could easily take that money and go get $10,000 is nothing out of that money to go pay for a divorce. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be shocked if he's already filed.
Yep.
Foolishness. I feel horrible for Chantel, and even the parents, they seem very bamboozled. Like, he has pulled the wool over all of our eyes.
He surely
like,
did.
I just can't believe it.
He
and
surely
the father
did.
looked pissed for once.
And this is what I will say. Anybody who your person, anyone who your person gets married to a foreigner, what I wish the parents had done from the get-go is let him know, I am not going to accept you until after the 5-year mark.
I don't even think that matters.
After
I've got my green card, I don't need your acceptance.
I would just say after 10 years. Because you know something? People can be very patient. Someone who wants a green card and an American citizenship, I promise you, they can be very patient.
My thing is when
they
you
can take their time, because a man is like, look, he's still he has just turned 30, or he's in his early 30s. For a man, that's like, I'm just starting my life, so he could stay for a good. If you meet them when they're in their 20s, they can stay with you for a good 5, 6, 7 years.
Yes.
To pretend like they want to be with you, get all the things that they need to get from you. Climb all the ladders they need to climb, step on your neck to get to where they need to go, and then when a year before they decide to actually get the divorce, they start acting a plum fool.
But I also think it's very important for people to know, because they even said in this episode that if you decide to get divorced and the other party does not want it, it actually does not matter. They have 30 days to respond or whatever, and if they don't respond because they don't want the divorce, they can still go ahead with the proceedings and actually divorce the person.
Yeah, so you have to make sure you respond. It's that contest is divorce.
But if Chantel don't take care, she'll be looking left and looking right, and she would be having a divorce, and she would not even know. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy, because it seems like she has packed up the house, she's emptied his account, and she has traveled somewhere or gone out of state.
Their account, probably it's her account.
They're probably their joint account that she puts money in.
She probably put his name on her account.
Yeah, she treated him like, a bad husband would treat a woman when the woman has decided to leave him after he's put her through wahala. Mm-hmm. He go and he empty out the account. Mm-hmm. Now try to leave me. Mm-hmm. But I think that's a good thing. I think what she did is right. Chantel needs to, let him know you effed with the wrong person.
I just hope you need to go get yourself an attorney, a really good attorney. That's what I'm
happy she has told her parents, though, because that is her saving grace.
But
she should have told them a lot sooner. She should have told them from the get-go, because then they could have been getting on Pedro.
She was trying to cover him because she didn't want
that was wrong, though. The reason why I think it's wrong is because maybe if she had told her parents from the beginning what is going on, they would have been on his ass, white on rice. Yep. So when he's thinking about divorcing her and acting the plumb fool, the parents are on him. Yes. So it's not easy for him to do the stuff, and it will give her time to go ahead and get the divorce going. But because she has been covering him, he can go and boldly ask for separation, the next day ask for a divorce, and the next day move out. Who does that? Where they do that at?
A scammer.
Where they do that at?
A scammer.
Where they do that at?
Dominican Republic.
It's Pedro.
And anybody who go and marry one of them, you're going to get the same thing.
If you are trying to marry a foreigner, I will say this.
For 5 years. And then after that, the year before they want to leave, they start acting the plum fool.
My thing is, if you want to get a foreigner,
tell you you're lazy, tell you don't clean, asking for impossible things for you to do.
This is my thing. If you're going to get a foreigner,
even if you do it doesn't matter. They're still going to complain.
Yeah, I think it's very important. If you're going to get a foreigner, you have to get somebody who actually does not want to go to America. You have to get somebody who actually has pride about their country, and they have pride about where they come from, and have pride about their shit. You go stay with them where
they're from.
That's what you do.
And anytime that you want to travel and come to America, you can. And if they ever want to come visit,
they do a tourist visa.
Exactly.
A tourist visa.
Exactly.
But don't go do that. And make it very clear to them that you don't plan on living in America. And see how quick they drop you like a hot pocket. That's the test y'all got to do if you want to get a foreigner.
That is a test
but also, I want to quickly I want to say this one thing before we close out. Lydia, you were talking about it when she was talking to her daughter about how the married guy that she was with paid for her college and this, that, and the third. I was like, let's not compare one jackass to another jackass.
I know.
Like, what
are we doing? He's a married man. He paid for your college and he became an attorney, and he was still an asswipe.
And he still left you with 2 kids.
Still left you a single mama with 2 kids. And cheated on his own wife. And she had, 3 kids with him.
And he still only talks to your kids. And your kids are left with emotional damage from that.
I don't want to hear
that. And I thought that was foolishness.
Pedro Jose.
Pedro Alejandro. No, Pedro Jose. He paid for everything.
Paid for everything. On the contrary, that girl, bye.
Anyway, we gonna say girl bye to y'all. And thank y'all for watching.
As you stick your chest out, girl.
I was like, okay, Lydia, if that's what helps you sleep at night, then you do you, boo. Anyway, we invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe, and comment down your thoughts about, do you think Pedro is a scammer? Do you think that Chantel's gonna get her ducks in a row? Or do you think she's gonna still be trying to make this marriage work? Y'all let us know in the comment section below. But it's Mary.
And
we invite you guys to like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment
down below.